You have raised your concerns and we have heard you. It's been 5 years since we started receiving feedback and requests on hosting services. So many people have actually gotten a visa, but they do not have anyone to host them in the United States of America. John Duty TV is proud to announce today that we will be providing those services to you. We will be providing you a soft landing in the United States of America because who picks you up in the airport, who gives you the soft landing, who introduces you to life in the city, life in the US of A, in one way or another, positively or negatively, may impact your future in the US. But most importantly, what you need is stability for the first 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, depending on how much time you want. You need stability first. You need information. You need someone to tell you where to go and what to do. Some of you might be lucky. You might have relatives, family, and friends who are willing to play that role. But I understand that life is very busy here for most people. And some people do not have anyone. That's me. I did not have anyone. In fact, the person who hosted me was a complete stranger, someone I've never met, talked to before. They were just good people. And they gave me housing for at least 30 days before I figured out my next moves. That's what you need. Because getting a visa is not the end of the road. Someone to pick you up from the airport and show you the way is actually a booster to your future in the United States. And right now, we can confidently say that we have a skin for the game. After 5 years, we are ready to introduce lifemaju.com to you because now we know what it takes. We are not just guessing. We have the statistics, we have the information, and most importantly, we have the experience. You see, even before you get a visa, some people might actually be denied a visa, not because they don't qualify, but because they do not have anyone to show them around, explain the requirements, explain the scope of the interview, the expectations, and most importantly, how to follow instructions. Because the United States Embassy or the State Department is very big on instructions. You don't need a high-priced lawyer, to help you follow instructions. You need lifemaju.com from someone who has lived the dream, someone who went to the embassy by themselves, someone who actually has walked that path and that journey alone. That's what you need. And Life Maju, we have professionals, we have people to guide you through that journey until you pass your interview. We cannot assure the results, but we will help you cross all the requirements, tick all the boxes before you face your consular officer. The most important thing is not what you do, but the most important thing is your confidence when you face the consular officer. So we will be helping you to prepare for the interview. We will also be helping you once you've passed the interview to psychologically disconnect from the motherland, and then if you need help with traveling, we will definitely aid you through that process. And most importantly, this is the hardest part for most immigrants, is a soft landing. Everyone deserves a soft landing in a foreign country, and that's what we are going to do for you. You see, a soft landing can be just as simple as having your first bank account, having your first phone number, foreign phone number, having your having your first job. The moment you get your first check, now the sky is the limit for you. You don't need nobody. But confidence in the initial months is good, and you only get that confidence based on who is holding your hand. Welcome to Life Maju. We will definitely hold your hand through that process. Now, we can confidently say, you will never walk alone. Is it Chelsea or Arsenal? You will never walk alone. For most people who've known me for the past 5 years, they know my story. They know how difficult it was, from Kenya, going to the embassy, struggling with the consular officer, the back and forth through the emails. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, communication is a big deal. Communication, written communication can be a make or break in your journey to come to the United States. So we will help you through that process, help you communicate effectively so that the consular officer can see you as a serious person, can actually read your emails. Because keep in mind, the embassy or the consular officer, they receive a lot of emails during the day. You're not the only one trying to reach them. Some people make a mistake of trying to call. Bro, if it was never written, it never happened. You have to write it down, and effective writing is part of the success for you to get in that visa. Not all requests you should call. That number is rarely picked up, and when they do pick up, it's possible they might not even log your request in the system. Therefore, you might not see action. But when you write, and you write legibly, you write like someone who actually understands procedures, you will set yourself apart from other candidates. They will definitely pay attention to you. So when we talk about preparation for the interview, we are talking about even communicating with those individuals at the embassy or the consular center. Most people now who've listened to my story when I was my first year, second year, understand how I struggled. It was a back and forth, and it was during COVID times. It was difficult times, but I did not give up. But what saved my day in terms of the back and forth was effective communication in writing and consistent communication that is not emotional, it is factual based. You would think I had a lawyer, but all I did was to prepare myself earlier on. Using that experience and the experience of others, that's where lifemajuu.com comes in. We will be able to assist you from day one until you ondokea scene, until you step your feet in the United States of America. It doesn't matter where you are, if it's a Kenyan embassy, Lagos embassy, any part of the world, we will be able to assist you through that initial process. But if it was not for that individual who picked me up from the airport, I would not have had the opportunities that I had. Even though the stay was not as long, 30 days is all I had, but 30 days is all I need. Sometimes when there's urgency, your mind works a little bit faster. But if you are in a position to relax, nothing, you don't have a lot of pressure, I'd say 90 days is an adequate time to make sure that you have a solid ground in the United States of America, especially for people who do not have extended family members or other forms of support. You need at least 60 to 90 days to be able to put your feet on the ground without any issues. But before we conclude, there's something that is very problematic for a lot of candidates. It's the affidavit of travel. Someone to vouch for you and say, I know this individual, I will pick this individual up, and I will make sure that they have housing and they're squared up during their first or initial days in the United States. That's where Life Majuu comes in. You don't need to know nobody. You don't need a family member who doesn't talk to you anymore. You don't need friends who are evading you. As long as you're coming to the United States legally, Life Majuu is your ally. Please go to lifemajuu.com and reach out to us. We'll be able to assist you, and welcome to Life Majuu.